Alright guys, this is Mike with Pacific Tech. I'm here with this '04 Chevy Tahoe that has that Vortex engine inside of it. Alright, and we're going to talk about oil changes and why it's very important that you change your oil. Alright, so what can you see right there? I know you guys are going to be like, oh, that's oil. It's supposed to look like that. Okay. You guys cook, right? You guys fry chicken, fry French fries, fish, and all of that. What happens to that oil? All right. So when you get something like this and it says, high mileage, you already see the GFF approved that seal. It's the API. So, you got oil bottles like Royal Purple, Valvoline, Mobil One, Castro. They're talking about that oil can last you 100,000 miles and you don't have to change it. That oil may be able to do it if that engine is perfectly working at 100%. And mind you, you guys seen the video. I got it on jack right now, tilted upwards, and it's at 0 degrees, and I'm still getting oil out of the intake. Oil's been drained out, as you guys can see right there. Filter's been put in. So, every engineer, and I don't care what automaker you are, I don't care if you're a filter maker and you pride yourself, use my product, you gain 10 horsepower because it says Royal Purple on it. It's what we call mechanic in a bottle. Well, filter in a can. What is the particles? Gives you a warranty, which I really don't give a shit about that warranty because Fram oil filters I don't use because they made garbagely. So, let's see. And it's stated here perfectly. Look, a manufacturer recommends changes your oil and oil filter as often as your driving condition. All right. I change my oil every season. And maybe twice in the summertime because of the heat. Out here in California, it's about 100 to about 130 degrees, depending on where I'm at. At the stress of the engine, running, and the stress I'm putting on that engine, this fails. I don't care if you're on a Lexus. I don't care if you're on a Toyota. Well, it's another Toyota over there. Well, Honda. It doesn't matter what car you have. You ever heard the term? I was a pilot for the Air Force, and a $2.6 billion plane is grounded by I'm sorry, I gotta open this. But it's grounded by, you see that black thing right here, which is an O-ring? It costs probably 50 cents. And something like that will ground the plane because of something like that. So, oil filters, every 3. Your oil can say every 10. What do you think gives up faster? The oil or the filter? So if this can't filter anything out no more, and it's going by the blow-by, it's blow-by, this bypass system, what do you think happens to this oil? What do you think is looking like that? And why is it foaming? It looks like water, right? What happens to oil when you cook? And I don't care if you're a male or female, at one point or another in your lifetime you had to cook. And what happens to that oil? It degrades itself. Let's say you put fresh oil in, like right now I'm putting fresh oil in. I cook 6 or 7 pieces of fishes, and now that oil is no longer good for me to continue cooking 8 or 9 more pieces of fishes without adding more clean oil into it. And if I'm adding into it, then I'm basically contaminating the new oil with the old oil, and you still have a mess. So, people, I don't care what these idiots on the label claiming 50,000, 10,000, 100,000. This puppy right here cannot go beyond 3,000 miles. So every 300,000, you got to change this. I've seen people go 10,000 miles. Others will say, oh, well, you change it every 5. Well, can this handle another 2 more thousand miles when it says every 3? Or depending on your driving condition? So I wanted to make that video for this purpose and this purpose only, because there's a lot of people that are having the misconception of, oh, well, the oils on the label says real food. It's real. And then when you look at the back, it says artificial flavoring. It has all this yellow dye and all these chemicals inside of it. Well, how long do you think this filter is going to last if that oil says 10,000 and you're going by the oil and you're changing your oil every 10,000 and you're having an engine problem like this? How long do you think that this can save and protect that engine when it's telling you squarely all right? I would say 4,000, every 4,000 miles. But if you Uber and you ride like I do, 4,000 miles come to you in a matter of days. I do about, you can say about 15,000 miles on a weekly basis. So I have to change my oil every week because of the mileage I'm running. And I know you guys are going to say, well, there's better filters that you can buy. Well, again, 3,000, which is the conventional filter. Synthetic blend filters is add another 1,000 to it. And full synthetic add another 1,000 to it. So 3, 4, and 5. So you pick your choice. 3,000, 4,000, or 5,000 miles is when you got to change your oil. Stop changing your oil at 6, 10. You fry food, you should know what happens to that oil when it fries. You can't use it no more for your next food. So do your oil change the way it's supposed to be. Follow the interval, and these engines will be happy. And I don't care if it's a lawnmower engine all the way up to one of these supercars, you know, McLaren F1. You know, you guys seen me in my other video take apart a, what do you call it, a Corvette. And literally just to do an oil change, I got to take off a whole bunch of shit just to do an oil change. So just imagine when you got to do this 4 times a year and how much that's going to cost for an owner that drives a Corvette or AMG, an M5 or an M3. And you see that those guys stated on the cap, use Castro oil. So This is my oil video. Do your oil changes the way it's supposed to be, or if not, you're going to end up with problems like this. Anyways, Mike with Pacific Tech. Leave a comment down below.